This double ground team is incredibly strong and helped me gain Elo. I keep going a bit up and down, so I decided to use this team. I made this team about 2 seasons ago, and it works really good. It's got me to the high 2400s from this Elo range. Lantern leads aren't too bad. I take this first serve, and what I actually recommend doing is, for the first one, probably baiting the Rock Slide, and then following up with the Earthquake. So that's something I probably would recommend. I noticed that the majority of the time when you go up to, when you build up to the Earthquake, they shield every time. Right here, I do go down. Maybe I could have done the Rock Slide, but it's all good. They're going to bring in a Pidgeot. Now, I do lose this match, unfortunately, so I'll go ahead and I do mention that. But the rest of the matches, I do win all 4. So 4 in a row after this one. And also, guys, if you haven't already, please like the video and also consider subscribing. It really does help the channel, and I appreciate it. So right here, we do block the Feather Dance. Swampert, isn't the most tankiest, so. Right here, we do CMP, and we're going to do the Hydro Cannon. And I think, I forget what the first Pokemon is, but... Okay, so they bring back the Lantern, and I'm going to go ahead and shield this. And I think I'm going to go ahead and go straight... Actually, no, I go to Greedy. Okay, not Greedy. I go to my I go to my Ninetales. I go to my Trebnit and going to go for the big move here because I don't think they're going to shield. And no, they don't. And I'm like, okay, maybe we can win this. But, we are down a shield, and I'm like, can we survive a Weather Ball? Unfortunately, we don't. Now, I didn't realize that they actually had, what do you call it? I didn't realize that they already had a shield, and we just can't reach the other Hydro Cannon. So, unfortunately, we do go down here, but as I mentioned, we do win the other 4 matches here. So, tough loss, all good. Moving on to the next match, we got Stunfisk against an Altaria. Best lead. There's just no way you can lose this at all. They're going to swap out to the Poliwrath. I'm going to go ahead and swap out to my Trebnit. And I'm thinking it probably has Ice Punch, but you know what? We'll go ahead and take this first one. Turns out it was a Scald, okay. And they do my attack Death Drop, which is unfortunate. Gonna go ahead and do the Seed Bomb now. Trebnit is an amazing Pokemon. Now, unfortunately, it has been nerfed, so it does take a little bit more time to get to the Seed Bomb. But I guess to kind of even it out, Seed Bomb does do a little bit more damage. Had my attack not dropped there, I know for sure that Poliwrath would have gone down. All good. We still do reach a Shadow Ball, but unfortunately because that attack drop, it's not going to do as much as it normally would. Still fine because we can easily just bring in the G-Fisk here. And they're going to swap out right away. They have a Lantern in the back. So what I'm going to go ahead and do, I'm going to take out this first shield. Now, I believe I do decide to take one serve. I mean, G-Fisk is a tank, so he's going to be able to take that first one. And plus, I don't want to swap out to my Swampert just yet because they have a bunch of energy right now. Gonna go ahead and do the Surf, and now I'm gonna go ahead and bring in my Swampert. And I will shield this one. And I believe what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm actually... Okay, so I take this first one, okay. I think probably because I resist the Spark, so I wasn't too insanely worried. But at this point now, we got a shield. And what I'm actually gonna do at this point now is overfarm. Because it's almost... Oh, wow, okay, I'm surprised I didn't actually overfarm. I was gonna say because it's almost time for the switch clock to be out on his end. And as you can see, now they're going to bring the Altaria, and I'm going to go ahead and bring Hydro Cannon. So I definitely should have looked to probably farm a little bit more, but they did swap out right away. But now he's in Rock Slide range, so I could take this first move, honestly, and I believe I do. Moonblast wouldn't take me out. Definitely a Sky Attack wouldn't take me out, so it's a Dragon Pulse, so I'm like, okay, we can take that as well. So at this point, I need to get as much as I can close to the Earthquake for when the Lantern comes back. And now their shield's down. This is going to go ahead and dude, this would KO for sure. No problem here. Down goes the Lantern. So good game on that one. Moving on to the next match, we got G-Fisk against a Pelipper. And this is kind of even. Now, I do get scared that they might go ahead and try to, catch a move. I ended up throwing out TMP, which is okay. I mean, not too bad. So I'm going to go ahead and Rock Slide. Now, as you can see, one more Weather Ball would take out this G-Fisk. So going to go ahead and they shield out, which is good for us. for this one, I'm pretty sure they're going to go ahead and try to catch now. As I get to the rock slide, I'm going to go ahead and shield this. And I'm going to go ahead and see what they're looking to do. I don't see that they're catching, so I'm like, okay, let's just throw the rock slide and let's see if they get another, they do shield. No, okay. And at this point, I'm like, yeah, I'm not shielding this. That makes no sense. Gonna go ahead and now bring in my Trevenant. Gonna bring in the Trevenant and farm down. I'm like, okay, so let's see if we can just farm all the way down. But I'm like, I wasn't counting very well right here, so I believe I shield this. I don't know why I thought they got to Hurricane, but hey, it happens. So now we're down to shield. So looking really scary. And it turns out they have an Altaria. So I'm like, okay, let's see how we're gonna end up. What we're gonna do here? Do the Shadow Ball, and they shield that. And I'm like, okay, you know what? We can maybe get to another Shadow Ball. And this is awesome. We CMP. Now they unloaded energy. So now, because we get the Shadow Ball, they're in Hydro Cannon range. We now have an opportunity to win this match. They just depleted their energy as well, so things are looking so good. I knew they were going to swap out. And honestly, I probably could have just wrecked the G-Fisk right there. I probably could have just, I could have done the Earthquake. But as I was playing, I just wasn't sure how loaded they were. Now, this is scary, but I'm like, no, this is just a rock slide. So I'm like, I just need to get to like the back-to-back. Actually, no. I don't want to get to no back-to-back Hydro Cannon, because I'm like, nah, they're going to get to Rock Slide, and then we're going to get Dragon Breath down. But, you know, we're going to go ahead and get to a Hydro Cannon. Boom. And with this, we're able to somehow turn things around. Took advantage of my opponent's misplay there. Boom. Let's go. On to next one, we got G-Fisk against Medichap. So that's what I'm talking about. So when it's a bad lead like this, guys, what you want to do is actually swap out to your Swampert. And I think in my future videos, I'm going to go ahead and try to kind of have more of an introduction to the team, because I'm kind of explaining things right away as it starts. So probably going to go ahead and do that. And let me know, guys, if you would like that, for me to kind of do a small intro, just going over the team, how it works, what's the safe swap. And the majority of this time, like 90% of the time, Swampert will be the safe swap. So right there, I did a Hydro Cannon, and then I worked up all the way to an Earthquake because I didn't think they were going to shield again. And I was right. I think my opponent was a little bit shocked at that play. And now they're going to go ahead and bring in a Lantern. I know I'm not going to get to another move, so I'm just going to throw the Hydro Cannon here. And, you know, they're not going to shield that if they're counting, right? So I didn't feel like investing another shield, and I wanted to do a little bit of chip damage. Now I can comfortably bring in the Trevenant. There were so many Lanterns. So the Trevenant is just, you know, the hard counter to a Lantern. And they're not switching yet. So I'm like, okay. I think I do make a bit of a misplay here, and I end up throwing, because I'm like, dude, they're just like not throwing. And I think, actually, no, okay, this isn't the match. I think my opponent caught the Seed Bomb on another match. So they revealed they have a G-Fisk, and I'm like, okay, we're going to have to go for the hard hitting move. Going to go for the Shadow Ball here. And I think they shield, and because they shield, I'm going to bring in my G-Fisk. Or actually, I let them take me out. I try to build some energy there. And I actually end up, I think, catching a Rock Slide, but I decided to shield. But I decided to shield there. Regardless, though, I knew Earthquake from this range doesn't take out my G-Fisk, just from prior experience. So an Earthquake from right here, we can still live it. And from this range, this Earthquake is going to take out any G-Fisk bro, I can't even talk. So we take out the G-Fisk, and we take the game. I believe there's going to be one more match. I think there is one more match. So we're going to go against G-Fisk, against Lantern. So I saw this the majority of the time. And I think with this one, I finally decide to bait the Rock Slide. I'm like thinking, dude, watch. This is the first one who's going to go ahead and call the bait. Or not shield the Earthquake, right? So right here, I go for the Rock Slide bait. And earlier in the video, that's what I was mentioning, guys. Build up to the Earthquake, throw the Rock Slide, boom, look at that. So now we're in a good position, because from this range, I don't have to shield. I don't believe I have to shield, with at least with mine. I know kind of like the range of like what we're good at. So see, now if they don't shield this would take it out. Well, maybe it would take it out, but now they're down 2 shields. And what's awesome, we could bring in Trevenant, soak up any damage if they decide to throw. Turns out they bring in a Noctowl, so we're gonna go ahead and now bring the Swampert. This is what we're gonna looking to do. We're gonna go ahead and shield this. Now, I believe we're gonna be able to get to before they reach another move. I'm gonna go ahead and throw it now. I believe we're going to get to the second Hydro Cannon. I think we CMP at the second Hydro Cannon. So we're going to go ahead and boom. There. Okay, so I guess we don't CMP there. They snuck in a winging attack there, but this should be more than enough to be able to take it out from this range. It is. And what are they going to bring? Okay, they're bringing the Lantern. Now, because they're bringing the Lantern, I'm kind of like, what do they have in the back? Now, it's kind of iffy. Now, because they do have Spark, I'm able to live this. Now, I believe I decide to shield this last one here because I'm like, why haven't they swapped out yet? So build in some energy there, and this is the one where they catch actually. So this is the one where I was talking about. So I messed up there. Should have been patient. We hard countered that Lantern. Why am I going to throw right away? So right here, our opponent, but they would need 2 Rock Slides to KO us from this range. So it wouldn't be enough, and it turns out to be an Earthquake, and I'm like, okay. Okay, I decided to go for the Earthquake. So right here, I build to what I should have access to a Seed Bomb after the Shadow Ball. And I think, yep, oh, actually, no, okay. So I was 2 Shadow Claws away. I think this might have been CMP with this Lantern here, and this is going to be more than enough to be able to take it out. And there we go. So we got 4 out of 5 on that set. Very happy about that. Definitely recommend this team, and if you use it, let me know how it works out for you guys. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and just quickly show. I was really happy that morning that I played because I ended up getting a Shining Lickitung, so really happy about that. If you did the community day, let me know how it went for you guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.